Chris Pine and Jeff Bridges' 7-year-old Western is a reminder that Yellowstone's Taylor Sheridan needs to make another movie. Taylor Sheridan's neo-Western film, Hell or High Water, is proof that he needs to make another movie alongside his ongoing television shows. In recent years, Taylor Sheridan has mostly been known for Yellowstone and other TV shows like Landman and Tulsa King. While Sheridan's TV shows are wildly popular and extremely compelling, the writer got his start behind the camera by making feature films. His first movie was 2015's Sicario, and he went on to write 5 more films while he was also starting Yellowstone and its spin-off shows. Since Sheridan has become king of prestige TV, it's easy to forget how good he was at writing films. Of the 6 films he's made, only 1 is under 50% with critics on Rotten Tomatoes, and 3 are certified fresh. While it's always great to get new seasons of shows like Lioness or new original series like Landman, Sheridan's talents could also be put to great use writing films again. One of his movies, Hell or High Water, proves just how much the world is missing out from Sheridan's decision to focus on television over film. There's no better proof of just how good Taylor Sheridan was at writing movies than 2016's Hell or High Water, starring Chris Pine and Jeff Bridges. Hell or High Water follows brothers Tanner, Ben Foster, and Toby Howard, Pine, as they rob a series of banks, while Texas Ranger Marcus Hamilton, Bridges, nips at their heels. In an expertly paced 102 minutes, audiences learn that Toby is robbing the banks to pay off the mortgage on his late mother's ranch, and that he intends to give the land and its oil rights to his children to break the cycle of poverty they've been living in. Hell or High Water is easily one of the best neo-westerns ever made, and it's because Sheridan Hand crafted its story to mesh so well with the genre. Hell or High Water is filled with societal critiques about the banking system, cycles of poverty, and more that fit perfectly with how the world has moved on from the days of cowboys and outlaws. The film is also fantastic at developing its characters naturally in just a few minutes. All of Toby and Tanner's years as siblings seem like common knowledge, and Hamilton's worries about retirement seem like second nature. Hell or High Water is such a good example of Taylor Sheridan's skills as a writer that it may be proof he's even better at writing movies than he is at writing television shows. Sheridan's shows are, of course, extremely popular for a reason. They're all well written and crafted specifically to keep viewers on the edge of their seats, and they often feature complex storylines that end up resolving beautifully. Sheridan's movies have just as much punch, but they're arguably better in one key area: pacing. Most of the criticism Taylor Sheridan has received in recent years is a result of the episodic TV format more than anything else. For example, in Landman, Angela, Ailey Larder, and Ainsley, Michelle Randolph, have been major sources of criticism, partially because of their slow character development. It wasn't until the ending of Landman, episode 6, that they did anything but lounge around and drink. None of Sheridan's movies have that same problem because he doesn't have to stretch out any stories into a 10-hour season. Sheridan's writing works best when it's lean, focused, and efficient, and movies lend themselves to that style better than shows do. Even though he's clearly great at writing movies, Taylor Sheridan hasn't written a feature film since 2021's Those Who Wish Me Dead. He has instead focused entirely on TV shows, which is likely a feature of his deal with Paramount, which has him contracted to produce series until 2028 via The Hollywood Reporter. Because of his Paramount deal, it doesn't seem like Sheridan will be returning to movies, at least not in full force, anytime soon. TV shows that can keep viewers watching for hours on end and subscribed for 3 months at a time are much more profitable to streaming services like Paramount Plus than single movies. There is, however, a caveat in Sheridan's deal that would let him shop original movies to third-party buyers, and the list of Taylor Sheridan's upcoming projects reportedly would take advantage of that. Sheridan's upcoming adaptation of Empire of the Summer Moon may be his first feature film in years once it's completed. Since it's so early in development, however, it's not clear if Empire of the Summer Moon will be a film or another series. If he does end up taking the show route for that project, Sheridan doesn't have anything else that he's announced lined up for the theater. Sheridan also owns and operates the 6666 Ranch in real life, which was a major reason he took the deal with Paramount in the first place via THR. The 4.6s is a major expense for Sheridan, and there is a chance he could write another film separate from Empire of the Summer Moon to help cover those costs. If he can find the time, that is. With any luck, Taylor Sheridan's future may include another movie of the same caliber as Hell or High Water, and hopefully sooner rather than later. 7 years ago, the Western genre was graced with a cinematic masterpiece, Hell or High Water. Starring Chris Pine and Jeff Bridges, this 2016 film, penned by none other than Taylor Sheridan, was a gritty, evocative tale of brotherhood, desperation, and the complex morality of survival in the face of systemic failure. A neo-Western with all the heart and authenticity of its classical predecessors, Hell or High Water serves as a poignant reminder of Sheridan's unparalleled knack for crafting narratives that resonate with audiences. In an era dominated by the Yellowstone universe, it's time for Sheridan to return to the silver screen and deliver another cinematic gem. A Western worth remembering. Hell or High Water captured the raw essence of the modern West, a world where the lines between right and wrong blur under the weight of economic despair and familial loyalty. Chris Pine's performance as Toby Howard, a desperate father trying to secure a future for his sons, showcased his range and depth as an actor. Jeff Bridges' portrayal of Marcus Hamilton, the aging Texas Ranger on the brink of retirement, brought gravitas and a touch of wry humor to the cat-and-mouse dynamic of the story. The film's success lay not just in its stellar cast, but in Sheridan's screenplay. Known for his ability to create layered characters and morally complex stories, Sheridan painted a portrait of a dying West where the American dream feels more like a mirage. The backdrop of foreclosed farms and predatory banks became as much a character as the Howard brothers themselves. This was a story about survival, justice, and the lengths people will go to protect their own. It was gritty and unflinching, yet deeply human, qualities that define Sheridan's best work. The film earned 4 Academy Award nominations, including Best Picture and Best Original Screenplay, cementing its place in the pantheon of great modern westerns. The Sheridan Effect. Taylor Sheridan's impact on contemporary storytelling cannot be overstated. With projects like Sicario, Wind River, and the Yellowstone franchise, he has proven his ability to capture the rugged spirit of the American frontier while addressing contemporary issues. Sheridan's writing excels at juxtaposing the sweeping beauty of the West with the harsh realities of those who inhabit it. His characters are never just good or evil. They are flawed, real, and driven by motives that resonate on a deeply human level. While Yellowstone and its spin-offs have brought Sheridan's signature style to television, the scope of these stories often feels constrained by episodic formats. The sprawling narratives, while compelling, lack the concentrated emotional punch of a 2-hour film like Hell or High Water. The Yellowstone universe thrives on slow-burn storytelling and multi-season arcs, but it's in the cinematic medium that Sheridan's voice truly shines. Why another film is needed? Sheridan's last theatrical outing as a writer and director, Those Who Wish Me Dead, received mixed reviews, leaving fans yearning for a return to form. While Yellowstone and its derivatives dominate the small screen, they've created a space where Sheridan can experiment and explore, but they've also diluted the urgency and precision that made his films stand out. Hell or High Water reminds us of what Sheridan can achieve when his focus is honed. A single film forces a storyteller to distill their message, creating a narrative that is both concise and impactful. Sheridan's ability to weave compelling stories of crime, justice, and human struggle deserves another platform to shine. The current popularity of Westerns, fueled in part by his own television empire, makes this the perfect time for him to return to the big screen. The changing landscape of Westerns. The Western genre has always been a reflection of its time. The dusty plains and rugged landscapes serve as a backdrop for tales of morality, survival, and the human condition. In the 21st century, the genre has evolved to address modern concerns: economic disparity, environmental degradation, and the erosion of traditional values. Hell or High Water exemplified this shift, blending classic Western tropes with contemporary relevance.